Two popular unqualified statements I have a problem with. I don't regret any of my mistakes because it's made me who I am today.
Never regret anything that ever made you smile, because at one point in time, it was exactly what you wanted.
That second statement is one of the most ridiculous things I've ever heard. If it made you smile. If at one point in time, it made you smile. Pretty sure meth makes a junkie smile because it's exactly what they wanted. Here's a fun one. Google smiling evil dictators, and then come and talk to me about using a smile as the baseline for what is and isn't an acceptable decision. But I digress. I regret nothing, especially if it made me smile. That is flawed logic at best, and a recipe for living an intentionally destructive life at worst. Your mistakes did not make you who you are today. Your failures did not make you who you are today. Your selfishness and single-mindedness did not make you who you are today. The bad things you've done did not make you who you are today. Bad does not make good. It's a paradoxical statement. It's not possible. It's like saying a soft-spoken CrossFit trainer or a non-judgmental vegan. It doesn't exist. Your positive responses to those bad, selfish, wrong choices are what made you who you are today. Or your positive responses to the hurt, wounds, and abuse you've suffered at the hands of another. That's what made you who you are today. The reactive to proactive nature of looking at the abject misery your failures, or the failures of others, have caused you, and more importantly, those around you, while doing something to change the situation, that is what makes you who you are. That is what can make you a good person. Look, I'm not condoning living in a constant state of guilt and condemnation. That's equally dumb. So dumb. Super dumb. Drowning in regret will only keep you stuck directly at the point of impact where your life crash landed. But how does being a bad person make you a good person? That's like putting a bag of fertilizer into the oven and expecting a fully cooked Thanksgiving meal to pop out 3.5 hours later. No! That mess you've created in your life has to be ripped up, tilled, resurfaced, seeded, tended to, and then something good may come out of it. If you put in the work. But really, you regret nothing? You don't regret being physically abusive? Hitting your significant other? Your spouse? Your kids? You don't regret that? Or maybe you don't regret driving drunk? Being a raging alcoholic? Being a substance abuser? Cheating on your significant other? Lying about spending your kid's college fund on a shopping addiction? Really? That made you who you are today? That made you a good person? There are so many things I would do differently today if faced with the same scenarios from my past. You're absolutely right, there's things I regret. Why? Because I have a heart. Because I care. Or at least I'm trying. But I don't dwell on that regret. I don't live there. It's a reminder of what I'm capable of when I don't have my head on straight. When I don't play the long game and only see the here and now. Understanding the entirety of your journey up until this point is one thing. Accepting the reality that the past is the past and there is nothing you can do to change it is healthy. Do not mistake the wisdom of experience and letting go with the rejection of personal responsibility. Your mistakes did not make you. Your failures did not make you. Your selfishness did not make you. Your ownership, response, and growth from those things. That is what made you. Stop giving credit to the negative things in your life and start creating space for actual positivity to take center stage. Share your screw ups, your missteps, all of it, but only as an appetizer for the main course that is your life now. Your progress now. How you turned it around and made a garden grow from that wreckage. Theodore Roosevelt once said, if you could kick the person in the pants responsible for most of your trouble, you wouldn't sit for a month. Life is not a race to the bottom, it is a climb to the top. I am Tim, and I have no chill. I'll get into that one some other time.
Aeroplanes, it's the sound of freedom. Chugga, 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 chugga. Jet fighters, we will mess your stuff up. Jet fighters.
You can just insert anything to the Crossfire theme song. You know, the marble shooter game from the 80s and 90s? Anything.
Crossfire, you'll get caught up in the crossfire. Free ice cream, everyone loves to get free ice cream. You're pregnant, yeah, you done got knocked up. You're pregnant.
See, it just works on every level.